EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it all starts the first of 6 on this Super Wild Card weekend, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wild Card weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. For the first time with Bijan Robinson. And it pushes right forward to about the 32. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
This 2nd and 4. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They go play action with Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Myles Murphy just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They run the draw here with Robinson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Third down and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And the defense loses it. It's complete. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now it's Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the wall line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 1. Running it, Washington. And will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Darnell Washington. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Yellow!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. His first catch in his wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Bengals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely... don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. On the draw, Robinson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. That 2nd down play, that's a -4.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
3rd and 9 here. Now it's Jackson. Toward the sideline, intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Yellow! Attack! Yellow!
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Go on.
To throw, it's Mahomes. This is Smith with a ground. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
On the ground, it's Thomas. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 3-yard line.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two.
Mahomes going to throw. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown. Cincinnati. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. On the return is Robinson. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, then he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Second and 12 at the 50-yard
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Jackson. And he knocks the ball away and falls incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. But these last 2 drives obviously inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Mahomes will do it himself. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
first and 10, it's Robinson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Here's Jackson. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on third down, Jackson. That is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Jackson now. And Walker has it. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down, Baltimore.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. He's going to let it go here for Hillman. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Past the 20. 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 44 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here. Maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now Thomas. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Devontae Smith, 51 yards. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
First down, Ravens.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Jackson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Ravens have got it.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
But I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Mahomes now to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Now they set up the screen. It's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Mahomes will do it himself. And his throw here's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
They run with Thomas. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Robinson up the middle. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. On second down, another shot for Robinson. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. Well, he'll find Hall. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do was trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him an opportunity.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. No gain on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now here's Mahomes. Battled by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes a catch. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Well, partner in baseball, you keep track of the pitch count, right? In this case, you got to know the downs. If they knock this one down, it's a punt. Instead, it turns into a first down for the offense. Put it on the ground. Knock it down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Hey, dribble it. Yellow. Right side.
Mahomes to throw once more. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
15. Hey, 43. Right side.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. But it's caught on the right side of Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Yellow.
This is Thomas. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's go, Lou, Eddie.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Mahomes will do it himself. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Yellow. 180.
Mahomes going to change things up.
On Sunday. Right side.
On 1st down, Thomas. And he's going to be netting at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9.
Yellow. 180. Right side.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And now a pause as they tend to an injured player. And, boy, that, you got to hope this is minor. That's Patrick Mahomes, who's in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Let's go now. Next, Cowboy 80. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And Thomas has it.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Yellow. Come back. Hero 15.
He'll drop to throw. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. This is Hillman with it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
This is Robinson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to their line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Jackson.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
80 seconds remain, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't
don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here's Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
You have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go. This is 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He'll try to do it himself. He's going to let it go here for Hillman. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Going for the knockout punch. He'll try and run. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here comes an important one now for Austin Seibert. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
Well, you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's into the clear. He's on his way. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Well, 1 win down.
Act your age, ain't just the barbers where you catch a fade. Face covered, cutting through your garden like a masquerade. Before I catch a L, I catch a plane. I probably you before I your chain. Switch it up, it's rap, pixie dust. Money ain't to us. Broski went and you better fix.